In the deepest recesses of our minds, a silent puppeteer lurks, yanking the strings of insecurity and whispering anxieties in our ears. This puppeteer, the relentless need for approval, casts a long shadow, distorting our perception and fueling a never-ending quest for validation. We become consumed by social interactions, transforming them into intricate mental battlegrounds. Every conversation is meticulously replayed, a cinematic montage of self-doubt. Our minds dissect every word, searching for missteps. Did the quip we carefully constructed land awkwardly? Did our laughter echo with genuine amusement, or did it reek of forced cheer? Was there an unintended silence that screamed social fox pass? The struggle is a Sisyphean task, an uphill climb burdened by a self-made boulder of self-deprecation. This insatiable need for approval weighs heavily on our souls, a suffocating cloak that extinguishes our inner light. We morph into chameleons, desperately trying to blend in, to conform to the ever-shifting expectations we perceive from others. In this relentless pursuit, we risk losing sight of the most important approval of all, the one that comes from within. We've all been there, right? You share a story, crack a joke, or simply enter a room, and suddenly a spotlight snaps on in your mind. The stage is set for a relentless inner critic to take center stage. This insidious voice weaves a tapestry of doubt, whispering insecurities that burrow into your gut. Was that story interesting enough? Did my joke land or make me look foolish? Am I even likable here? The pressure to conform and gain approval can morph into a constant state of self-monitoring, where every glance, chuckle, or even silence feels laden with potential judgment. But here's the truth, a truth that can be both liberating and humbling. The audience you perceive might not even exist. Most people are preoccupied with their own internal worlds, navigating their anxieties and insecurities just like you. While you replay conversations and dissect your every move, they're likely doing the same, lost in their own self-performance. The harsh spotlight you imagine might be nothing more than a faint glimmer in the grand scheme of things. A jolt of recognition shoots through you, that spotlight feeling. You share an anecdote, launch into a playful jab, or simply walk into a room, and suddenly your mind transforms into a harshly lit stage. The inner critic, ever the captivating villain, takes center stage. This relentless voice spins a web of insecurity, whispering doubts that coil tightly in your stomach. Was that story captivating enough to hold their attention? Did that playful jab land awkwardly, or did it make me seem like a buffoon? Am I even someone they find enjoyable to be around? The pervasive pressure to conform and win approval can morph into a constant state of self-scrutiny. Every glance, chuckle, or even a comfortable silence feels pregnant with potential judgment. But here's a revelation that can be both humbling and liberating. The audience you envision might be a figment of your own perception. Most people are engrossed in their own intricate internal worlds, navigating their anxieties and insecurities just as you are. While you meticulously replay conversations and dissect your every move, chances are they're doing the same, lost in their own self-performance. The harsh spotlight you imagine illuminating your every misstep might, in reality, be a mere flicker in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely. This relentless pursuit of approval can morph us into social chameleons. We twist and contort ourselves to fit into perceived molds, sacrificing our authentic selves in the process. Our actions become a carefully curated performance, each word and gesture meticulously chosen to garner a desired reaction. We trade the vibrant tapestry of our true personality for a bland, one-size-fits-all mask, all in the desperate hope of gaining acceptance. This constant negotiation with ourselves, this internal tug-of-war between authenticity and approval, can be utterly exhausting. It stifles our creativity, silences our unique voices, and leaves us feeling like hollow imitations of who we truly are. Consider the prolific writer Maya Angelou, who once declared, "I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own." Here, Angelou emphasizes the importance of staying true to your convictions, even if it means going against the grain. Similarly, the esteemed scientist Albert Einstein famously quipped, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value." Einstein highlights the significance of intrinsic motivation and purpose over external validation. These giants in their respective fields understood that true fulfillment comes from embracing your individuality and pursuing your passions, not from chasing fleeting approval. You've unlocked the first door, self-awareness. Now comes the true challenge. Replacing those autopilot behaviors with conscious choices. It won't be a walk in the park. That familiar yearning for approval will still try to yank you back into its web. But remember, the fleeting praise or acceptance you might receive from acting inauthentically is like cotton candy, sweet for a moment, then dissolving into nothingness. It doesn't nourish your soul or reflect the true value you bring to the world. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. One path leads down a well-worn road, paved with the expectations and judgments of others. This path might seem familiar and comfortable, but it ultimately leads to a place of inauthenticity and emptiness. The other path, less traveled but infinitely more rewarding, winds through the wilderness of your own unique potential. It's a path that requires courage and self-trust, but it leads to a place of genuine connection, fulfillment, and the exhilarating freedom of being your true self. The next time that voice whispers doubts about your worth, take a deep breath and stand firmly at that crossroads. Choose the path less traveled. Choose authenticity. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about building a validation system from within, not constantly relying on external sources. Think of it like this. Right now, your self-worth is like a little plant, and external validation is like sunshine and water. It needs some to survive, but if it relies solely on sunshine and water from outside sources, it becomes vulnerable to the whims of the weather. A strong wind, a harsh critic could knock it over, or a drought, a period of rejection, could leave it wilting. But what if we nurtured that little plant with a healthy dose of internal sunshine and water? By developing self-compassion, celebrating our wins, big or small, and trusting our own judgment, we create a more resilient root system. This doesn't mean external validation becomes meaningless. A kind word from a friend can still be like a warm summer rain, but it won't be the sole source of our strength. We detach from the need for constant approval, but we don't become emotionless robots. We simply become more secure in who we are, allowing ourselves to connect with others more genuinely. Absolutely. This whole quest for authenticity is about shedding the chains of approval and stepping into the glorious sunshine of being your true self. Imagine you're in a costume shop, crammed into a scratchy, ill-fitting outfit that everyone keeps mistaking for a different character. That's what living for approval feels like: uncomfortable, inauthentic, and frankly, a bit embarrassing. But ditching the costume and strutting your stuff in your birthday suit, metaphorically speaking, of course, that's liberation. When you stop obsessing over what others think, you're free to make choices that make your heart sing. You can ditch the people-pleasing routine and finally belt out that karaoke song you've been secretly rehearsing in the shower. You can ditch the boring beige business casual and rock that vibrant outfit that expresses your inner artist. It's about flipping the script and becoming the main character in your own life, not some silent extra in someone else's story. Sure, this journey towards becoming your most authentic self might feel like climbing Mount Everest in your flip-flops. It'll require some soul-searching, a healthy dose of self-awareness, and the willingness to embrace a little discomfort. Because let's be honest, stepping outside your comfort zone is where the magic happens. But trust me, the view from the peak is breathtaking. A life overflowing with genuine self-expression, inner peace that radiates like a lighthouse, and the freedom to finally ditch the never-ending pursuit of approval. Those are some pretty darn sweet rewards, wouldn't you say? Hold up, unshackled fam. Let's not sugarcoat this. This journey to freedom from approval is gonna be a wild ride. It's like cracking open a dusty history book and realizing everything you thought you knew was, well, wrong. But hey, that's the beauty of growth, right? This conversation definitely blew the lid off some things, and that's awesome. You're pumped to ditch the approval monkey on your back and start strutting your authentic self around the world. And guess what? We're totally here for it. Remember, you're not Captain Lone Star on this mission. We're all in this together. We all grapple with those pesky moments of insecurity. That voice in our heads, whispering doubts like a bad used car salesman. But here's the secret weapon: self-awareness. The more you tune into your own thoughts and feelings, the quicker you can spot that approval monster trying to sneak back in. And then, bam! You hit it with a dose of self-love and detachment from that outside noise. Think of it like this: right now, your self-worth is built on the shifting sands of other people's opinions. It's shaky and unreliable. But by practicing self-awareness, you start building a foundation of solid rock, your own inner voice. And that inner voice, my friend, it's gonna get loud. The more you challenge yourself to be authentic, trust your gut, and make choices that resonate with your true self, the stronger and clearer it becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you work it, the easier it gets. And guess what else happens? The more you embrace your unique awesomeness, the more you attract people who dig you for exactly who you are. It's a beautiful feedback loop, this journey of self-discovery and genuine connection. So, Unshackled fam, let's get out there and conquer every day with authenticity as our compass. The world needs your quirky laugh, your unapologetic passions, that spark that makes you you. Don't hold back, let it shine. Rewrite your story, one bold chapter at a time. We'll be your biggest cheerleaders, every step of the way. And here's the coolest part: the more you rock your true self, the more you attract people who dig you for exactly who you are. It's like a cosmic jukebox. The more you play your own funky tune, the easier it is for others who vibe with that sound to find you. It's a beautiful feedback loop, this journey of self-discovery. As you peel back the layers and embrace your authentic weirdness, you create space for genuine connections with people who appreciate the real you. No more pretending to be someone you're not, just to fit in. It's about surrounding yourself with a squad who cheers for your quirky laugh, your offbeat jokes, and your unapologetic passions. So, Unshackled fam, it's time to ditch the approval handbook and rewrite your story with authenticity as your superpower. The world needs your unique spark, that firecracker personality that makes you you. Don't hold back, unleash it. Strut your stuff, embrace your quirks, and rewrite your story, one bold chapter at a time. We'll be your hike squad, cheering you on every step of the way. Remember, the world is a much more colorful place with your unique flavor in the mix. Go out there and paint it with your brilliance.